Hi, this is Steve with your GNC Total Lean Challenge, and boy, are we getting to know each other now. This is Thursday's workout, week 3, still in phase 1, but we're starting to make some headway. Hopefully by now you're really feeling some differences and some changes in your body. All right, today's tools that you're gonna need. We're gonna be doing a straight leg deadlift or a Romanian deadlift. So we need some dumbbells. I'm gonna try 30s today. Make sure that you pick the appropriate resistance because you can hurt your low back. I'd rather you start off a little light than go too heavy. We're also going to do a new exercise today called a pullover, a dumbbell pullover. For that, we're going to need a bench or some kind of box, something of height with a mat. I'm going to use a box and a mat, but then I need a heavier dumbbell, something that I can extend over my head with. You may want to watch this video first, give it a try, and then pick some appropriate resistance. Let's get after it. The first exercise is going to be a Romanian deadlift or a straight leg deadlift. The first thing I have to do is hinge from my hips. I've got to try my best to keep my back straight. That's what keeps pressure on the gluteals, my bottom, and my hamstrings. Those are the muscles underneath. So as I descend down, my back has to stay straight. I only hinge from the hip. Once I feel like my hamstrings are completely stretched out, then I start to come back up. It's almost as if I want my hips to pop backwards. Pop back, stretch, slight bend in the knee, and up. I know that I said straight leg deadlift, and so the legs are remaining straight, but they can be slightly bent or what we call straight and soft. Down, up. Make sure that you keep your stomach in tight. That's going to help you maintain a straight back. What I don't want to see is this, and then the back fold over. That can get you hurt. So, straight leg deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, what they're working, hamstrings and gluteals, that junction right at the bottom of your butt cheek. All right, the next exercise that we're going to move into is Superman. That is to maintain a good, strong core. Let's descend down, all the way down, arms out, legs out. Let's really focus on the low back, the mid back, and the gluteals, so a lot of core. Now also, the muscles around my shoulder blades, we call those scapular stabilizers. They've got to engage as well. My head is in neutral. I'm going to pick up my legs, not just my knees. My entire legs are coming up and my upper body as well. 15 to 20 repetitions. If this is overwhelming or it hurts your low back, let's go across the body. Let's go right leg, left arm, and diagonal this way. So that's a good modification. You watch by phase 2, you'll be able to go all the way up, all the way down. Again, my focus is between my shoulder blades, my low back, and my gluteals, keeping my shoulder blades nice and locked in and my head in neutral. Next exercise is a push-up. What's wrong with going straight from here? I have 45-60 seconds to break, but let's go ahead and get prepared. Hands are underneath my chest. My tummy is in tight. I'm on my toes. I'm going to push up and down. Now, if all you can do is get about a quarter or halfway down, let's go ahead and move to your knees. That should increase our range of motion. So this is a modification. I'm going to be on the tops of my legs, my hands under my shoulders, my tummy is in tight, and I push up and down. The important thing is from my shoulder all the way down to my knee, or my shoulder all the way to my ankle, I'm in a straight line. As long as I maintain a straight line, I'm doing the exercise properly. I'm getting shoulders, triceps, and chest, and my core is having to remain rigid. Otherwise, I'm going to flex in or I'm going to flex out. All right, push-ups was that exercise. Moving into skaters. Going to start to increase your heart rate. Now you'll notice, even doing strength movements, even though that's not cardio, by only taking 45 to 60 second break, you're really going to get your respiration up. We're really going to get a good fat burn, but we're conditioning. We're working strength and cardio together. The skater, we're really going to focus on gluteals again, gluteals and hamstrings. The reason I know this is because when I jump and I go down, I'm only hinging from the hip. It's a lot like that straight-legged deadlift or the Romanian deadlift. The only difference is now there's a plyometric involved. So we're getting a lot of cardiovascular work. Important that we stay very rigid through our spine. We call that midline stabilization. I jump and I touch. No weight on that leg. That leg can touch the ground, but I don't want to stomp on it. It's here. Come all the way up. If I'm going to stay down low, I'm not getting the extension in my hip that I need to really make a pretty bottom. And at the end of the day, It's all about a pretty bottom. All right, moving on, that's skaters. Dumbbell pullover. The first time we've used this in the Total Lean Challenge. One of my personal favorites. I go kind of heavy. You guys pick appropriate resistance for you. Dumbbell pullover. The focus changes where the muscles work. Let's think of it working the back, the lats, the chest, and the tricep. There's a few things to think of when you're doing a dumbbell pullover. All right. First thing is how to hold the dumbbell. I hold it in a diamond where I cup the top. My shoulder blades are securely on the bench. If my bottom stays up and I go back, I'm really working my back. I'm working my lat muscles. If my elbows start to bend too much, I'm working my triceps. So I like to keep my bottom down. I like to extend as far back as I can get, getting a good stretch, and I pull over. That's going to allow for me to work my chest, my back, and my triceps. If you feel your bottom picking up too far, lower it back down. Now there's nothing wrong in keeping your bottom up if there's too much pressure on your low back. Reach way back and stretch. Exhale and pull over. All right, fantastic. Well, there you have it. 5 exercises, 15 to 20 repetitions each, 45 to 60 seconds break, and I'll be honest with you, that's what increases the intensity of the Total Lean Challenge. It's the weight, it's the appropriate resistance, it's the amount of reps, but then of course it's the rest time. All right, let's go back and get 2 rounds of this, and I'll see you back for the last week of phase 1.